So like when you're running, you have to be very intentional about running your race. This is the pace that works for me, and this is the stride that works for me, and this is how I have to prepare and show up in order to run. And so same thing with leadership. It's like you might have learned some interesting things from other leaders, but you have to lead your way. So you have to run your race. Intentionality is the through line. So be intentional. What do you want people saying about you as a leader? So I ask leaders to fill in the blanks. I am a blank leader who helps other people blank. And if you get really clear on that, then okay, then that frames everything. Yeah. That okay, now let's be intentional about okay. So if I say I'm a strategic leader, well, what does that look like? In how you think about things, in how you communicate with people, in how you coach people, in how you show up in all of your meetings. Do you show up in a strategic way? Do you bring that, or is that just sometimes? Because if you say I'm a strategic leader, you're always a strategic leader. So how does that manifest itself in all the different relationships and different situations that you're in when you're working? So when I wrote The Next Normal, it was about being very intentional about leading your way and being intentional about creating and shaping your next normal, right? Because there's really no now, there's just what's next and what's next and what's next. So we always have an opportunity to recreate ourselves and get better and create what's next. And so running your race is, okay, so I'm going to shape my next normal. So what does that look like? Leading my way. So not the way my manager or my manager 20 years ago managed. What's the way that I want to lead and make an impact in the organization? And so for me, the way to do that is to be really clear about, well, what do I want people saying? I'm this kind of leader who helps other people do this. And when I'm really clear on that, then I can take that aspiration and then I can have an ambition of what I want to achieve in this role or the next role. And then I can be very clear about the actions I need to take today in order to prepare myself to not just succeed in the near term, but prepare myself for what's next and what's next and what's next. And so I like getting clear on that statement of, I am a blank leader who helps others blank, and then using that aspiration to focus my near term of, okay, in the next 90 days, what do I have to do that's uniquely mine, that doesn't belong to anybody else, it's really important, can't be delayed, can't be delegated, and how am I going to show up? What am I going to be working on and getting better at in these next 90 days to help me be really awesome and run my race my way right now and prepare me for the next stage of my race, of what's the next role that I want to have. So those kind of things, this brings it all together. When I think about run your race your way, I think about being very intentional about what do I aspire to, what's my next ambition, and what are the actions right now in the next 90 days that move me forward in my own way towards that ambition and keeps me congruent with that aspiration.